Cool. Well, guys, it's time to hop into picks and bans for this game number 2. Will Dignitas answer the call of London Conspiracy? Well, we're going to soon find out here as London Conspiracy will be wearing blue yet again, and Team Dignitas will be rocking the red.
Should be very, very interesting if the Bologna gets through. The obvious Ymir ban. I say obvious again because Team Dignitas, Frostiak, the name leads to the hint. Frostiak plays a lot of Ymir, can be very, very strong. Really, almost, in my opinion, made a name for himself on this character. Frezzo, a very, very strong Ymir player in that support role, can be very aggressive. Even Variety has brought out Ymir a little bit. So able to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that is all of the Ymir players. And Ares also banned out by LC. So London Conspiracy just doesn't want to deal with aggressive guardians, wherever they may be.
Well, it's Frostiak and Frezzy, man. You can't do that. And now you'll see Team Dignitas, they taking shots directly at Suntouch.
No Bologna.
Yeah, no Bologna, no Hunbats. Let's see what else you got, Mr. Suntouch. And, well, they're going to grab the flex pick of Neith. Whew. Where do you think she's going, Doc?
I don't.
Give me the analysis right here on the spot. Which lane does she go?
All right, you got a coin. Because that's the official analysis of where does Neith go. I mean, you take a look at the players on the team, and sometimes that can give you a hint, but Arrow and Snakeskin have... Snakeskin plays Tyr and Kronos. That's pretty much what we've seen him play a lot of. Neith, Kronos, I can see it. Arrow is a mid laner. Almost every single mid laner has been able to pull out this Neith. And Shaggy Shank, obviously, as a hunter player, can play Neith. So it's in one of those 3 lanes, and that's the best I'm going to give you is Thor is picked up by Team Dignitas.
Well, Thor will definitely help Team Dignitas in whatever team comp they draft to really get out of the early game.
Yep.
That's where he shines. Now, with that said, London Conspiracy, they do have Neith. So Neith, not only is she super safe and can go anywhere, but she's also very strong early on with the fact that she's got pretty much full clear. And they do have Sylvanas at their disposal if they really want to take it. And they're actually going to elect to take the Geb here. So really just helping Half Devil get feeling it.
Yeah, and I mean, with the Athena pickup, basically, London Conspiracy goes into this and they say, hey, we didn't lose to Sylvanas Athena. And Half Devil would rather play the Geb.
Well, it also makes sense going against the Athena, right? Oh, you're taunted? Geb shield. Take some health, take some mitigated damage, you know. Sit back, drink a mimosa, you're good. I got a Geb shield on you, so... Half Devil, and he also played fantastic with this god. Minus the one just failed ultimate, but I think he thought he blinked. So that happens to everyone.
It's one of those, I tried to level up my 3, but instead I hit my 4 and ulted. Whoops. I mean, happens to the best of us. We're going to see Shadow Nightmare on Janus.
Global boys.
Yes, global boys, but this is also one of Shadow Nightmare's more scary characters. The wins that Team Dignitas do have, a lot of them come on the back of a Shadow Nightmare Janus. There's no Sobek, so we're not going to see the LeBron James, but you might see, but keeping in mind, LeBron James is what Team Dignitas calls the Sobek flip into Janus portal into killing him after he falls out of the portal. So we might see some setup going along that way with the Athena taunt into Janus portals into follow-up right there. So Team Dignitas looking for those big combos. Janus definitely somebody that can help pan that out. And we're going to see 2 hunters banned. Team Dignitas doesn't want to see Shaggy on the Rom, and London Conspiracy doesn't want to see Variety on the Uller.
As they shouldn't. Variety played pretty well, all things considered. It's just very hard to go up against Bologna. And now... when we see Suntouch excel in games, we see these gods who are really good at the first mid-harpy rotation as well as just early game damage. Now, Serqet is not that.
Right.
She is not super early game, and he's going to be going up against a Thor. So the question is can Suntouch keep in parity with Thor, or Team Dignitas wins?
I think we'll be able to see that. One of Suntouch's most notable gods that we haven't seen at all in Season 2, and I mean Season 2, this is including Spring, we haven't seen him play the Freya, which a long time ago, one of many Suntouch detractors would just sit there and say, all that Suntouch can really play is Freya. Well, turns it around, and we're not able to see any of the Freya.
They won't do it. They won't draft the full Egypt.
Freya, similar to it.
They won't draft the full Egypt, will they?
I don't care.
There's no way. What do you mean you don't care?
No part of me cares if it's
Come on, bro.
I mean, I don't even know who's Egyptian. Tyr?
He's Norse.
He's from the north?
Okay, I'm done with you. Go back to your basketball. Medusa gets picked up here, so Medusa most likely going into the duo lane, which will put Snakeskin on the Neith in the solo lane. And now Team Dignitas goes, okay, who do we want to go up against this Hunter? And Bastet. Yep. So
you're gonna see
no. What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Thor going?
Thor's
Bastet solo?
Bastet solo.
What? This isn't Cyclone Spin.
Realistically speaking, I could be wrong, so please do not take this as fact. But I think Variety has played the Thor solo before. Thor solo is something that's been experimented with a couple of teams before. The clear is not good, but it's not abysmal. It is going to be trash going up against the Neith. So I would expect to see the Bastet in the solo.
It's not like Bastet has better clear.
I mean, Bastet
Ish.
does
She
have
can
because she can jump in and out. That's the thing.
She can jump in and out and tag the whole wave, but still, she's going to be shoved underneath her tower throughout the entire time. And yeah, Variety will be rocking the Bastet. And Snakeskin, this is his lane to lose.
Well, here's the thing. Variety, sure, Snakeskin's clear on Neith will be able to outclear, no problem. Variety's not really worried about that. Variety's going to try and kill. The second the backflip goes down from Neith, Variety drops the cats, drops the slow, drops the everything, and tries to kill that Neith.
I don't even know if he's going to have time to do that. Well, Suntouch, he just won't look left, man. You got to look left, bro. You're going to give me a panic attack.
Look both ways before you cross the street, kids.
And Team Dig, well, they got the deep ward down to try to figure out what's happening here, and
right.
They were successful with that. But Bastet actually starting off with Hand of the Gods 2, giving it a 60-second cooldown, as well as Frostiac. So no Tier 1 boots coming out from the jungler here, which means his rotations will be a little bit slower, but it does give him invade potential, which is huge. And now this Soul Stone picked up here by Shadow Nightmare.
That's what I was looking at, and thank you so much for mousing over it. So what we're going to see on Soul Stone is a very aggressive start, and we've actually seen a Shadow Nightmare purchase this before. So essentially, 5 basic attacks. There's a lot of text right here, but all this really means is 5 basic attacks, and your next ability hits really hard. The numbers there are 5 basic attacks, and I believe it's 30 additional power, and it has power on it as well. So what you're going to look at here is as Janus hits those basics on the minions to sort of push up the wave, you'll see him be able to hit a little bit harder. But right there, London Conspiracy didn't miss it. Team Dignitas steals the blue buff away from LC.
Double hand 2 basically means that they'll be able to sit in this wave and just be able to go back and take their own jungle a little bit later on. And there's level 2, Variety. They might be able to do this here, and Variety's just going to go ahead and leap back, pops a pod, and now both of them, they'll go, okay, well, you want to take our buffs or you want to just wait for it? And they're going to bait this out with Variety, and there is no ward here. So this is a very, very good play. And Suntouch, he's seen the kitty cat, and now they'll stay for one more as the Mez will hit. Variety could be in a lot of trouble here as Snakeskin is going to be on him, and he just went the wrong way. So slippery is Bastet.
So that steal is pretty much the story of Season 2. A lot of times Ken, Chunga playing the solo lane. No, she can't buy Hog. She won't buy Hog.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're going to get invaded. We've sort of picked up these hunters, and people, I don't want to say people forgot. Essentially what it is Neith is scary at level 1. You get that root, and you are toast, especially with Serqet's. You have the taunt as well, or Deathbane either way. So Neith is a little scared to invade.
They're aggressing. They want Suntouch here, and they're just...
that's it.
Wow. The bleed is good. Snakeskin gets a kill, though. Definitely don't want to give him a double kill. And he has the sustain in Neith's kid. And this will actually benefit Snakeskin more than it did Variety. Even though Variety was rewarded with the first blood, Snakeskin's going to be able to take this whole wave, and then he has another one coming up, so he can shove that up and back, and now they're even.
It's going to be a very, very good look for the solo laner, for the solo lane cat, and the Neith a little bit better, as you said. He'll be a little bit higher, level 4. As well as have a little bit more gold because he's able to farm that wave. But going back to what we were saying about the invade, Scott, it's just Neith is a little scary to invade on, but if you have the double hand, you can do it fast enough, like the 2 characters on the side of London Conspiracy could, you're just going to take that blue buff away from whoever is in that lane without a hog. That's the proper way to really punish it.
Yep. So Suntouch now finds himself down a level. And as we check in with the mid lane here of Arrow taking on Shadow Nightmare, the big thing here when you go Soulstone, it's yes, it means you're aggressive, but you're also not afraid of getting poked out. And Arrow could take advantage of this and really start going a little bit more aggressive. But the problem is that he doesn't have a jungler who's going to be able to help him with that right away.
Well, it's also the big difference between Soulstone and Vamp Shroud, the more popular item, is the fact that you don't have any sustain. You're not going to have any of that. Ultimate from Neith going to hit the mid laner.
Still managing to stay alive.
He'll be fine, no problem. Mid camps on the right side go the way of Team Dignitas. Mid camps on the left side go to LC.
Now, Snakeskin, you can see the big disparity in this matchup here as well. Snakeskin, he's got sustain, and he's also a hunter. Variety is not that. Tectonic Rift off the mark. Cataclysm's going to be good, and Half Devil will eat the Unstable Vortex into the face as well as the taunt, and now Young Bae comes in with the Desert Fury to secure the kill. Anhur's win percentage, I think, in Summer Split is fantastic, and it's partly because of Reels. He's played him like every game.
Fnatic is only Reels plays, of course, for Fnatic. 5-1. His team only really dropped one game.
Hey, speaking of Fnatic, there's the Fnatic ward.
So Lung Conspiracy right now a little bit behind, but only by about 700 gold. So no real lead for Team Dignitas, despite having a kill and first blood, I believe, on their side. So very, very close game for Team Dig. 707. My mistake. I was off by 7 gold.
Are you worried about the fact that Suntouch hasn't been involved yet?
No. He's a Serqet. Serqet really wants to just bide her time and sort of wait. It's tough because how impactful Bastet or Thor can be in these early game fights. Serqet really has to find a spot to hit with the taunts and hit the zigzag because you don't have that Deathbringer online. You're not really a damage powerhouse like you will be later. A little bit of trouble.
As Frezzo, he's looking for it. Half Devil's here as well, and Shadow Nightmare, he's got half his health gone. Arrow, is he going to let it fly? If he gets a slow, the answer is yes, but there's way too many people. Tectonic Rift's there, and he's going to pay with his life as he is just going to be taken out. Frostiak gets rewarded that kill. And
great wall.
It's weird to see Frostiak play a god who's not a guardian in the jungle. It's been so long. Yeah. It's like Ymir, Athena, Ymir again, Ymir again.
Well, once upon a time, Thor used to be a warrior. He's got 2 stuns.
He does have a warrior passive, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he has been. I believe he used to be a warrior, sort of like how we saw the transition from Nemesis go from warrior to assassin.
She used to be a warrior?
Yep. When she came out, she was a warrior, very much so.
Oh yeah, I've heard. DM's told me many stories of release Nemesis. Very many stories.
A little bit scary. Not quite the release Guan Yu that I wasn't around for either, but very, very scary character.
Mannequin Scepter.
I'm done.
Frostiak taken to the sky here. They're going for this.
No way.
He's all by himself, and he's going to miss the dunk, and they're going to get away from here. As Shadow Nightmare just off the mark with Unstable Vortex, and they all go, okay, well, we have the portal. Young Bae could be in a lot of trouble here. Here comes the Neith ultimate. That will stun him. And brilliant job to just go ahead and do Desert Fury just to make sure he was CC immune, but he will pay with his life, but you still got to be happy about that play out of him. Very, very heads up.
Fun stuff to avoid the stun from the Neith ult. CC immune during Desert Fury, but fortunately too much follow-up on the enemy side to really let him live. London Conspiracy takes left camps. Right camps will spawn in just a couple of seconds, and they will inevitably go the way of Team Dignitas, as they're 2 members deep here. Solo and Jungle will share those. So still a tight game here, folks. About 500 gold separate the 2 teams. Very, very close. We are in game 2, as LC has taken the first one.
And now Shadow Nightmare still...
No surprise there.
He's going straight into CDR boots, but instead of going into Chronos Pendant and tapping out completely of CDR, he's actually going to go Spear the Magus to give him a little bit more penetration. And what that means is that he really just wants to bring Raw down on his base stats of protections to nothing. So he's hitting him for true damage. But really, Snakeskin could be in trouble here. Tectonic Rift set up beautifully, and he's going to be trapped here by the cats as well, managing to buy himself some time. He's got the help coming in from Suntouch. The Hand of the Gods come down on the cats, and Suntouch might die here as Variety is able to take out one, and now in comes Half Devil. Beautiful Cataclysm. He's bought his teammates time, but will Suntouch be able to live is the big question. Unstable Vortex about erases him, and now Variety gets another kill. So what I was worried about of Variety bringing Bastet into the solo lane has actually worked out well.
See, that's exactly what I was talking about. The clear, yeah, you're totally right. Neith is going to win that clear, no problem. But Variety can just kill Neith instead. Once that backflip is over, there's nothing Neith can do. Turn around and root you a little bit, but Neith is just a sitting duck, especially when you combine Thor Wall, Cats, Slow. You're not going anywhere. Solo laners usually get by building a winged blade. I don't exactly expect to see that built on Snakeskin, but something's got to give, because this Neith that is the first time, but it won't be the last time this Neith gets ganked.
Well, here's the part that's even tougher for Snakeskin is he went into Heartseeker.
Yep.
Every time you die, you lose half the stacks. And at this rate, if he dies again, I mean, it's just going to keep getting cut in half, and he's going to have to spend more time farming up, and that just means he really can't trade with Variety, who's got infinitely more stacks right now.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things that Neith, we talk so much about the clear, is that that's also just stacks. It's 6 stacks every time you clear the wave very easily. Yeah. There's really no threat when you're clearing the wave, so you're able to, as a Neith, you're able to stack this Heartseeker up very, very easily, especially in the
Look at this
solo
aggression.
lane.
They're trying to steal away this speed buff. Not going to happen. Frostyak comes down. He's on half devil. The follow-up's there. Medusa ultimate. He just catches the tail end of it. Variety gets another kill. Arrow responds with one. And Suntouch, he's going forward. He throws him through, and that's the last breath applied. But Shadow Nightmare might be able to live on this as the ticks will fall. And Snakeskin, he couldn't get in there. He was zoned out just ever so perfectly by Variety. And now Variety's going to go in on him. Snakeskin in a lot of trouble, and Variety's just going to hit him with the whip and send him back. Yep. This is really shocking to see out of Team Dignitas.
Backflip is down. And that's the second time Team Dignitas went for that play, this time on the right side of the map instead of the left side of the map. Shaggy quickly getting the kill on a Frosty.
Hey, make no mistake, right? When you have Apollo passive as an ability, as a hunter, forget about it, bro. Medusa just pops one, gets the instant steroid, and she ate Frostyak. That was awesome to see.
Very fun to watch the turn and burn. I'm still on that play from last time. We saw it happen right here where Suntouch is coming out from Dig. You saw Thor go in the air, and both commentators are sort of like, why are you doing this all by yourself, 1-on-3? And then you saw the Shadow Nightmare and the Frezzy ultimate come out. All of a sudden, huge Team Dignitas presence. That fight went the way of London Conspiracy. They tried a second time on the right side of the map. Again, Thor goes up by himself. Shadow Nightmare walks in. Frezzy ultimate's down. All of a sudden, there's a big Team Dignitas presence in the enemy jungle, and they win that fight. They're trying to surprise London Conspiracy in these fights with these global ultimates. They didn't do it right the first time, but they got it the second time. London Conspiracy's got to watch out, because right now Team Dignitas is in the lead.
Yep. London Conspiracy, though, the one thing we will point out here is the fact that Arrow, well, he's changed his build-up. And the reason why, so in game number 1, he goes full CDR, full cooldown, full everything, utility-based. Well, he had a Chronos on his team.
Bang.
Now he doesn't have that, and you can see the difference it'll make with damage for his team. Through space and time, going to miss Suntouch, and Arrow, he's going to go on the hunt. Now, Ra naturally has a very low cooldown on his ultimate, but still, at the end of the day, he's still going to just infinitely change these team fights if he hits these Searing Pains. You live and die by them.
That is one of the better... Yes, we just saw it right there, right? Full aggression coming out from the red team. A single ultimate from Arrow. They have to walk away. They have to walk away. They cannot engage. Too little HP. And one more time,
He's crazy.
Pop in, pop
He's crazy.
Out.
No way.
He's going to live. His opponent...
What? The bleed isn't good enough?
No.
Oh my god, look at Snakeskin, 30 health. 30 health. Arrow, he's in his heal. He's going to take down one, and you can see the supports coming in as well. Shadow Nightmare, how good are your moves, buddy? You get knocked forward, looking for a portal. In comes Frostyak in the middle. Frezzy will be there as well. They're trying to dunk it down. The slow will hit, and now Suntouch all by himself. The double tap will hit. He can't find the shield. Cataclysm hits. As now Half Devil run away. He falls through a portal. Arrow waiting on the cooldowns here. As now Shaggy Shank joins the party. Searing Pain's going to go in. Lacerate right off the mark. He might be able to get it, though. No, he's not. The cats are too good. Dignitas is looking to run away with this one. Berserker Barrage takes him out. And Half Devil, you're one dead rock. And Snakeskin, you're late to the party, but he's got sprint. Takes out one, backflips away. That's his escape. They will continue to pursue on this. Variety gets ultimated, but, I mean, it's only a matter of time before Young Bay and Variety kill him. And that is just 4 members get taken out for LC. Team Dignitas now. The gold difference isn't worth mentioning, but the XP is 6,400.
Team Dignitas played that fight correct from front to back. One of the cooler plays I've seen in a while. We see the Thor, Suntouch is in trouble. The tectonic rift from Thor at the very end of it. Full extension, grabs it with the double tap. Suntouch is here to try.
Do you believe?
Stop. No, not at all. He even thinks better and walks away. So great stuff coming out from Team Dignitas. Full extension, Thor stun into a conversion, and then Youngbei with the absolute perfect ultimate with the rotation comes in, cleans up a couple more. That's the fight Team Dignitas needs to replicate every single time.
Here's what Team Dignitas' key to success is right here, and it's very simple. Tempo. Keep it going at all times. You control the tempo when you draft the Athena, because anywhere you want to aggress, you instantly have another person, and then you add Frostiak into the mix as well, and you have global tempo as well as presence, and you have to use that to your advantage. And then on top of that, you also have Shadow Nightmare. So, and the flick of a wrist. Did I use it right for you, buddy?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you could just really change everything, and this is exactly it, right? It's Thor ultimate into Athena ult, and now, oh, by the way, everyone is here. Yeah, it's really, that's their key.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times in calculated plays and once or twice in oh no buttons. Right now, London Conspiracy wants to sort of respond to this rotation because they realize Dig has 4 members deep on the right-hand side.
That was big.
That's going to be huge.
Snakeskin has one. The beads are down as well. Arrow now. He's got the Geb shield on him, waiting for the cooldowns, and will he rip it? His ultimate is down. Through space and time is down as well. Much quicker cooldown. And now they're looking at the Tier 1 tower. Frezzo, will you decide to try to hit a taunt to set up Shadow Nightmare to throw the damage? And, well, Shadow Nightmare in a lot of trouble here. The Mez will hit as well. Snakeskin gets that kill. And that's going to be a Tier 1 tower here.
And this is just Serqet with just a Jotun's Wrath. So you've got some penetration and some raw power. No crit online yet for that Deathbane. So as powerful as she's been, 5 assists, look for the kill column to get very, very strong after we see the Deathbringer come online, which honestly, it's only 15 minutes in. It seems a lot later because you've got a 4-man siege in the solo lane for London Conspiracy. Everything's been going the way of Team Dignitas, but one single fight is all Purple needs to go ahead and swing things around. And they've brought this game from a very small Dignitas lead back into the tie game situation that they want to be in, and Shaggy Shank looking at the tower.
Suntouch go ahead and get saved there by Half Devil, who's been playing fantastic in this set. I mean, it's very shocking because in week 1 I was kind of questioning whether or not Half Devil still had it, and well, I think he answered all of us this week by saying, yeah, I still got it, buddy. And he's the dream sub.
Half Devil, fantastic sub, great player to have along there. I'm sure teams would love to have him as a main roster, but he's able to just provide a little bit of help for London Conspiracy off the bench, which is going to be great for them when Emilzy does need to be able to miss a game or two.
And so the Spear Magus has been finished here for Shadow Nightmare, and
I smell it. I smell the gank.
Here it comes, baby. And right through the portal into the unstable vortex. Snakeskin through space and time, and the Geb shield saves his life, and you can just tell that the members of Team Dignitas are just livid. Cataclysm's beautiful. Weave as well is going to hit as Frostiak will now be forced out of this one, as Suntouch will fall through the portal, but Shaggy Shank's able to pick up one. And now they're going to, oh god, that's Heavenly Agility from Arrow. They want to continue to go. Celestial Beam's good. Does he have the damage? He does. Down goes Variety. They're still pushing forward. Through the portal goes Shadow Nightmare. He's able to pick up one. Shaggy Shank gets that one. And it doesn't matter. Searing Pain was there to just help. And now Athena, she's in the middle of everything. And she's going to try to just delay the time. But the big story here is if she dies, are they going to go Fire Giant? Yes. And the answer is, well, yeah. They have 4 members down and no hand 3. Young Bays in West Egypt taking down a tower right now. They have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, this is going to be the Tier 2, which will be a good look for Dig, but obviously London Conspiracy getting the Fire Giant going to be a better look. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but London Conspiracy keeps winning these fights because they separate Team Dignitas. You don't see double kill, triple kill, quadra kill. Oh my god. You see death.
Yeah.
Death.
Yep.
Death. Because Team Dignitas is just getting spread out and then collapsed on. So many times when you see these characters die, Scott, there are 3 or 4 members of London Conspiracy surrounding a single person. And that is the story of not just this game, but the game beforehand. This is London Conspiracy's entire approach to these games. Keep Dignitas separated, and with that, we'll be able to win the fights.
The worst part is that Variety has played so well.
Yep.
Like, he went toe-to-toe with Snakeskin on Neith as Bastet and went 7-3.
I mean,
and he's changed team fights completely, and he really just wants the rest of his team to really come in and help, and that's what they're looking to do here. But Anhur, he hasn't been in the fight. Like, Youngbei split pushing that last one, and if you can get Youngbei in the middle of these team fights with all of the potential CC that they have, as well as the fact that somehow Shadow Nightmare hits every portal that he throws out, he's going to have guaranteed pillar stuns as well as guaranteed damage on his opposition, and that's really going to be the difference here.
Well, Gold Fury started and finished by London Conspiracy. Kills are tied at 14. But as we sit in the 18.5-minute mark, slight gold lead going to London Conspiracy. It's a really tight one. And the last one was tight too. Very, very small lead won by the purple team. But that's a bleed onto Variety. He'll be able to live it out though. So tight games for both game 1 and game 2.
These crazy cats. They're still chasing Suntouch. As now Variety, well, he's got the slow, didn't get the bleed, and now he's looking for it. Suntouch misses the mez, and that's just one simple juke. I mean, he just moved lazily to the left, and he was able to juke him out there. And
wow.
Finally, Snakeskin was able to clean that up as now it'll be Suntouch running away. Here comes Frostiak. He hits the Tectonic Rip. Berserker Barrage is down. Cataclysm was beautiful. They're now dumping everything they can into Frezzy, and Half Devil doing such a good job just body blocking, slowing down this Athena, which means that they should be able to secure the kill. And Suntouch, he's lingering on the top side. He's looking for it. He wants Frezzy. No, he's going to jump on Shadow Nightmare. And now because of that, Frezzy still manages to stay alive, and we're back in the middle.
And the whole time, duel in the long lane goes the way of Medusa. We're going to see Shaggy Shank bark down a tier 1 and a tier 2. So anything you can do, I can do better, Medusa says. She gets 2 towers just like Anhur, but she also takes Youngbei's life. So a good play coming out from Shaggy Shank with the Fire Giant. Great use of Fire Giant in a split push maneuver by London Conspiracy.
Arrow now. He's opted into the Chronos Pendant and then now into the Lotus Crown. So the shoes alone, the shoes of Magi have helped him so much with the power spike that's when Searing Pain gets its first big spike, is when you finish boots. So he elected to not go into the CDR to just go full utility. He wants a little bit of magical damage because they need it. And then he goes into the, okay, yeah, I guess I'll help my team and get the Lotus Crown here, giving everyone protections as well as still doing damage. It is very brilliant prioritization here coming out of Arrow.
Lotus Crown just so incredibly strong. Really no reason not to purchase it. But as we are flying down and notice 3,000 player damage on Youngbei, and that's it. You take a look at his opponent, Medusa, 10,000. So 7,000 player damage differential between the two hunters. That is a lot.
Man. But, you know, that's kind of what Youngbei's known for, is he sits in lane. That's what he does. He sits in lane and waits.
Passive play.
And I don't know if that's going to be something you can do anymore. I mean, 3,000 damage for a hunter at 21 minutes is, not to be harsh, it's unacceptable.
We need as the game gets later, certainly once we hit level 20, which we're about right now, level 19 should come on level 20 very soon. As the game gets later and later, that number is going to skyrocket, ideally. Keep in mind that hunters do curve pretty hard, so you're not expecting much out of them early game, mid game, maybe a little bit. Medusa and Anhur actually have similar sort of focal points where they both. But
at the same side, though, I mean, Anhur shines in the early game.
Exactly.
He's got abilities to secure kills.
Yeah, Medusa and Anhur are very similar in that regard. They're not the late game. I mean, all hunters are late game, but they're not the super late game guys like Shibalanki. They do come on a little bit earlier, so you want to see that Anhur damage a little bit higher, a lot a bit higher, but not quite there. So we'll see what he can do as the game trudges on.
Half Devil has gone Spirit Robe, Magi's Blessing, Sovereignty here.
This is big for Team Dignitas. They're 7,000 gold down. Fire Giant has just evaporated.
Oh, look at this rotation. Half Devil with a beautiful Cataclysm. In comes Suntouch. Last breath right on the Athena. Stands no chance. Down you go. Snakeskin cleans that up. That's 2 kills secured. All members on London Conspiracy go, well, guys, it's Fire Giant time. They got the Frostiac ult. That means they can group. Shadow Nightmare still is going to be a problem. Variety, sure, he'll throw out the cats, but they're still not worried about it as Shaggy Shank and the rest of the team will take down the Fire Giant and they will push forward. Variety jumps away. Here comes the Neith ult, and preemptive beads will save Variety's life. They will continue to retreat. And, well, London Conspiracy has one thing on their mind. Phoenix.
See, that was Team Dignitas' fight. But they just took a little bit too long to
brilliant rotation out of London Conspiracy as well.
Well, Team Dig, they had the 4 people there. They were that was the fight that they wanted to play aggressive, but they took a little bit too long. Gab was able to blink in and get the initiate, which is the dream for London Conspiracy. And because of that, you're looking at the ripple effect right here. They get the mid Phoenix. They're taking a fight in the left lane. They'll inevitably get the left Phoenix if things go the way they want, Scott. This is exactly what LC wanted.
Well, Snakeskin, he eats an unstable vortex, dodges the double tap as well. Athena ultimating right here on Variety, stopping the damage a bit, but Arrow will clean that one up. He's also on a killing spree here, as now Half Devil. He catches the back end of the double tap, but he's not phased at all. He's a rock. You know, much bigger hammer, Mr. Thor.
Like a rock.
And the healing from Raw will help them continue to push here as Variety, he's down for 40 seconds. Half Devil, brilliant again this entire game. The Blink Cataclysms have been on point. Snakeskin cleans up Frostiac, and now they're going to keep pushing forward as Shaggy Shank, he's right in the thick of it, and Snakeskin gets himself another double kill. This guy can just play anyone at this point.
Titan being barked down, just a couple of members alive. It's only 2. It's an Anhur, and it's an Athena. Is it enough? Well, now Athena's the only one alive. London Conspiracy looking very, very strong here, folks. And after 1 game and 2 games, the Titan will fall, and both go to the purple team, London Conspiracy.
Dude, I'm telling you, London Conspiracy, ever since that Epsilon series, I've completely changed my perception of them. I want this team to go to LAN.
Okay.
I think it's great for Europe, and I think it's even better for London Conspiracy as a whole to just attend to LAN and finish in the top 3 in Europe. And I think it's doable. They're showing their dominance every single week now, and I think it's only going to continue to go up from here. Yeah,
London Conspiracy looking super strong, and it's again. I won't talk about how it's about the separation anymore. It's about just the ability to do something like that.
Yeah.
The ability to call out the targets, the ability to go ahead and figure out where it is, the ability to start fights like the First Blood.
Yep. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump into the replay here and see. Well, it was actually Variety who starts this one off. He gets the bleed, the dot damage from the Bastet, and you know, that was what's so heartbreaking about this match was that, you know, Variety, he played so well. He did everything he was supposed to do in the Neith matchup, and they still fell shy.
I mean, that's sort of what we were talking about in the pregame show, is that a lot of eyes look towards Variety, but it's not that he's a weak player. It's just that the ability to convert out of the solo lane into a win has been tough, which is a team thing, not just a one individual thing. So
I take the other side. I think Variety's doing everything he can.
He is.
And I think just they need a group meeting.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is. And, you know, it's interesting to see London Conspiracy come out, and they look good, but they look cohesive, and they have a sub. So that just goes to show just how much control that they and their team have over their team, and as well as the jungle.
Well,
whoa,
it's not every day that you see the jungle map look similar to this. 75% mid-harpy control for Team Dignitas, showing that they've improved in the jungle side of things. But now they got the jungle lockdown. What's next is
team fights.
Yep, they need the team fights. I mean, 6 out of 24 mid-harpies as well as 1 for 2 gold furies. London Conspiracy, based on everything that we always spew about, should have lost this game.
I mean, that's how Team Dignitas stayed in it and stayed relevant. For a long time in this game, London Conspiracy was winning fights, getting golds. And then Team Dignitas, you take a look at the top and you see, Dig's only down 1,000 or 2,000 gold. It was a long time into the game before we saw that 5,000 gold split between the two teams, and that's one of the ways that Team Dignitas stayed relevant and didn't get knocked out super early, is they made sure to prioritize those mid camps.
Yeah, and so London Conspiracy, guys, they will add 2 wins under their record, and that is huge. So we talked about Variety a little bit early on in his matchup going up against Snakeskin. Well, player of the game, it's Snakeskin with the Neith solo lane. In a little bit of trouble early on, but as you can tell, he finished 9-3-7.
He just came out a lot, and he was able to really use that sprint and seal a lot of the deals that we see both up close and personal with some of these. And I'm sure we won't see the ultimates because, well, it's a little boring when Neith gets an ult kill. You just sort of hit the button and release. But you see her on the front lines, you see her on the back lines, you see her doing everything that she can really to make these things happen. And 3 deaths suffered to the cat, but able to really do what Neith needs to do. 9, 3, and 7. Great look for the solo laner.
You know, for me, dude, I think every time I look at these highlights, I'm watching this reel, and all I see is Half Devil just in the thick of it, showcasing how dominant he actually still is. And with that said, we also have Half Devil on the line. Mr. Half Devil, how are you, sir? Oh, my God.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
He's so full of energy.
Oh,
he's
man,
so full of energy.
I'm doing so well. Money Shma, my friend, how are you?
Having a great day. I had to sub for London Conspiracy because MLZ wasn't here, and we played our best and we gave all we could and we won. We took a 2-0.
All right, so here's my question because I'm very curious about this. Playing as a substitute, do you sit on the scrims with London Conspiracy? Do you just come in every once in a while, or do you just watch film? Like, how's this work?
I just hop every once in a while. When I know they'll need me to sub, I scrim with them for a couple of days before the game, before the SPL match. Yeah, you need to build some synergy. Obviously, MLZ synergy with the team and his playstyle actually fits them better than me, but I had to step in and I did what I could.
So that's really cool to see how you stay on the same page as the rest of the teammates. But what do you individually do as a sub to sort of stay hot?
Yeah.
You know, you come in and me and Gandhi were talking. You looked great out there. So how do you go from sort of being a substitute to all of a sudden coming on one of the biggest stages that you can in the regular season and doing very, very well?
You just grind and play to get better. You just, as hard as it is, you just grind. You ignore others' mistakes. Well, not completely, but you ignore others and you just seek to get better. You look at your mistakes and where you could improve on.
All right, so final question here for you, Half Devil. Where do you see yourself in 2015? Where is this year going to take you? Do you want to be on a starting team? Is that possible for you? Kind of fill me in with you.
I'll be at the army. If I'd be able to, I'll be glad to be on the main roster for a team. But until then, I'm not sure where I'll end up.
Well, we're
buddy.
glad. Go ahead. You're going to say something?
Yeah, no, I want to give shout-outs to my team, to the fans, and mostly, honestly, to the fans. Is the manager/coach. He does so much for the team. He helps. He looks at scrims. Just shout-outs to him. And shout-outs to my Twitter and stream, Twitch TV.halfdevil, /halfdevil, and Twitter, and so I stream.
I love
just
this
Half Devil.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, buddy. And
salute,
we wish
sir.
you luck. We wish you luck in Smite, the Army, and beyond. Hopefully see you after that as well. Great play today.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's going to do it for Europe. Coming up next, it is Cognitive Gaming taking on Denial. Stay tuned.